Hello?
All right.
Hello?
All right. We're in there like swimwear. Oh, yeah. I never understood that line.
In there, like, well, I guess some
In
people's
there.
bathing suits really get up
Like
in there.
swim.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, like,
They get a little clingy.
like
Yeah.
a little in the buttocks.
Yeah. I have a friend, Allie, that goes to those rave shows, and, like,
In there, like swimwear.
the outfit that she wears there is really in there. like you ever look at someone put on an outfit and you can tell when they take it off it's gonna stink? Yeah. That's what it is. I'm like, yeah, that outfit, you ain't washing that. You ain't washing that out of it.
Certain parts need to be replaced.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
Allie, it's,
Like the person.
I can see the part that men have trouble finding.
Yes.
I can see it.
It's there.
It's right there.
It's a visual.
It's the only thing being covered by
Yeah.
your
Outfit, yeah.
Outfit, yeah.
And on that note,
Yeah.
welcome to the Sofa Kingdom podcast with your hosts, Nelson.
And I'm Ian.
Ed?
The whole squad is here doing our thing.
Yep.
Actually, not doing too bad, all things considered. We
I'm doing fucking
spent,
great.
Like 16 hours walking around Disney Park yesterday. But did have a lot of fun, so can't complain. Did like a whole lightsaber experience. Got a new lightsaber for my collection, so that makes 7.
Lightsaber.
Is there too many lightsabers? I mean,
depends. I mean, some people need more than one lightsaber. You know?
I mean, there's more than 7 to collect, so 7's definitely not
Yeah,
enough.
Yeah.
there's more than 7 Jedi, so
we definitely need to do a video where it's like we'll get a couple of people in the yard and just like one-on-one duel, and then all of a sudden
it could turn bad.
35 lightsabers just pop in there.
It
Like,
could turn bad.
and we should drink first, responsibly, of course. But there definitely should be alcohol and lightsabers.
I don't know if alcohol and lightsabers
involved.
together even.
I
don't know if
think it
responsibility
works.
is fact.
It would
I
make
think it works. I
I'm
think
would make it
outvoted.
fun.
I'm outvoted. All right.
Come on.
Fuck it. All right, I'm a part.
It
Fine.
would make it fun.
Fine. I got outvoted. Let's do it. Let's do it. That's right. That's the way it works. The way
Now the only
democracy works.
question is private property or public's place.
It's private property.
Private property.
That way we can limit the.
I mean, don't you think we could gather some attention if
I
we
mean,
had sofa?
there is a park about 5 minutes from here with a very large center field that doesn't get used much. I think if you get like 50 people with lightsabers descending on the center,
And we should probably try to send out emails into the LARPing community.
Yeah.
See how big we can get the crowd.
I'm thinking bigger. Like we go to like downtown Delray district,
God.
right? With cloaks.
You want to get shot?
We get like 13 people.
You want to get shot?
And we just bum rush like one area and just start
Shot.
lightsaber fighting. You telling me we wouldn't go viral if we did that shit?
So a Jedi would get shot by police.
But would it be worth it?
It would make national news.
Yeah, like
It would.
Sofa Kingdom shirts and just
Yeah,
lightsabers fighting.
a guy laying there in the street with a Sofa Kingdom shirt on and a bullet hole in his fucking head, right there on TMZ. Just
But wouldn't the
bleeding to
officer?
death.
Wouldn't the officer be wrong? Right? They're lightsabers.
you can't shoot if he shoots a Sith. No.
Would it?
What color was the person's lightsaber? Not to get into color here. but
Okay, well, so,
What color was his
with
lightsaber?
that said, you can have my Sith saber. I'll have a green one.
No. Green or blue, son. I ain't getting fucking shot.
I'm just saying, it could be fun. It could be fun.
I'm just saying, if you're a Sith, you're getting shot.
Yeah.
That's the way it happens.
Full garb or regular clothes?
Full garb.
You got to go in, right?
Yeah.
You got to commit.
You got a free ball.
you
in
can't
your
go
Jedi-
halfway.
You got to commit.
Free ball it in your Jedi robe.
Yeah. So wait a second.
I'm excited for the
Jedi
ring
robe,
fair.
no clothes, boots, and lightsaber.
Yeah.
That's why you're getting shot.
It could be playing. It's a contributing factor for sure.
Ian has a get naked fixation.
I do.
He really
I do.
does.
I do.
We're like, hey, bro, you want to play some chess? Can I take my clothes off? Hey, bro, we're going to church.
I'm just saying, I don't like any restrictions. You know? I want to lose at my best.
I get you. I get you.
I feel I do my best work.
And if your first lightsaber breaks, you technically have a second lightsaber that you can arm yourself with.
Much less impressive.
Much
Much less impressive.
doesn't
but-
glow.
Nope.
Damn it, man.
yeah, here in Florida,
Shouldn't glow.
Orlando is becoming a battleground between Disney and Universal.
Oh yeah.
Disney looking at spending $70 billion expanding and upgrading their parks.
That's a big fucking number.
And Universal is set within the next year and a half to 2 years to opening up their third park, Epic Universal.
But here's the thing. Can Universal, I know it's a movie studio, I know it's got
Yeah.
Harry Potter, does it have the funds to do war with Disney?
Here's
That's
It does because of Harry Potter.
yes,
the
and
trump card.
I just read this morning they're looking to acquire MGM Studios.
Ooh.
You know what kind of IPs they could get with MGM Studios?
You're gonna
attach
have
to
to
their
if you're
theme
going
parks?
toe to toe with Disney. Disney is like the empire in Star Wars.
Yeah.
They are like.
I mean,
They
No.
Universal is looking to open this park, and they're expanding it the way they did the Harry Potter world, where when you walk in, you're in a world. So the whole park is each section is properly themed behind a thing, and
Ooh, okay, check this out. They have RoboCop franchise, Stargate franchise, James Bond franchise.
Yeah, that's one win out of 3.
Yeah.
well, James
I'm not
Bond.
Hold on a second. Which one is a win?
Listen,
James Bond. I'm not going to RoboCop world. Have you fucking seen that world?
What about
Fuck that.
Rocky? They own Rocky franchise.
That's 2 wins out of 4.
and you don't know Stargate. So, but Stargate
Listen,
for me,
James
that's
Bond-
that's a
But
huge win.
for you, but for like
Yeah.
the world.
Look, it's very easy.
Bro,
They need
it went on for 14 seasons, hundreds of episodes.
Great,
Somebody
awesome.
else watched it. Okay,
Sing me the Stargate theme song.
okay.
That's Star Wars. That's Star Wars. Rocky
Actually,
and James Bond. I can sing the
I
fucking
can't
soundtrack.
sing the Stargate. Okay, it's
James Bond.
It's like
almost, but that doesn't seem quite right either.
It doesn't. See? But if I go out there, it's not Deliverance. It's fucking James
God
Bond.
damn it.
I know.
Imagine
And
like
Rocky.
James Bond would be a good stunt show.
it would be a good stunt
Fuck
show.
yes, it would.
Stargate could be like a Star Wars land.
They
Hear
could
me
make
out.
the Casino Royale scene from James Bond.
Hear me out.
I would hang out in that place.
James Bond super laser tag, where you got like 100 on 100
Okay.
guests at one time.
It would sell a lot better than Stargate laser tag.
Bro, no. Okay,
That's all I'm
Kurt
saying.
Russell, Stargate. You like Kurt Russell?
Kurt Russell's doing Legacy on Apple TV. Monarch. He's
And you
give
know
him some time.
And you know who took over on the TV show for Stargate? For
Who?
Kurt Russell, the guy that played MacGyver,
Okay, well that's good.
Dean Anderson.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, well that's good. But who the fuck is Dean Anderson? I knew who Kurt Russell is.
You
Like,
know who MacGyver is. Don't you dare.
I know who MacGyver
You know
is.
who MacGyver
I couldn't
is.
tell you who the actor
Richard,
was.
Richard Dean Anderson.
I
that's
couldn't
his
tell you who the actor was, but I
I
know
just
who
told you.
MacGyver is.
Richard-
MacGyver's the guy that if you give a fucking clothespin to, he's gonna hack into the Pentagon.
If I showed you a picture of him, you would know who he was.
Fair, but
Okay.
yes. But I wouldn't know he was Richard Dean Anderson. I would say, oh, he's MacGyver. Like, if I saw him in the street, I wouldn't yell across the street, hey, Richard Dean Anderson. I
Yes,
would
you
say,
would.
MacGyver!
This would. Okay.
MacGyver!
Fair enough. Fair enough.
And
That's,
I always got MacGyver confused with the Guyver, the manga / anime that I was a fan of.
But
so.
don't like it. That happened to Dave Chappelle, didn't it? Like when
Yeah.
he first came out with the show, people were just they didn't yell his
I'm rich,
name.
bitch.
I'm rich, bitch. Rick James.
Yeah, exactly.
Rick James, bitch.
Yeah, he would get weird shit yelled at him. Or if you're the kid that played Malfoy, you had to like stay in obscurity until he recently did like an Uber Eats
Yeah.
commercial, which was fucking.
No, he
hilarious.
was on The Flash for a couple years.
Was he?
Yeah.
Okay, well, good. I
Malfoy?
wouldn't- He.
Uh-huh.
Who's the kid that had to disappear? The kid that played Joffrey.
Yeah.
Oh.
He had so much hate that he couldn't go out in
He
public.
did
People were throwing
so
shit at him.
good at being a bad
Yeah.
guy that he had to just disappear.
People were throwing shit at him. He like got like almost assaulted because they
At that
hated
point, I think if you lean into it instead of cower away from it,
Yeah.
people see that it's a joke. Like if people are calling you the bad guy, be the bad guy in public, but then laugh it off.
him. Would you throw shit back?
Hell yeah! Hell yeah, bro! I would carry a Dobby puppet with me and just beat it in public.
The thing is, he was pretty young.
Dobby,
He was
fuck
pretty
this
young
bitch.
when he started that show. So
Yeah.
that's the type of thing where like
true.
he's starting to grow up and realizing, oh, everyone in the fucking world knows me.
He's
Yeah.
legit.
This is not what I thought it was.
He legit got heavy and is done with acting.
Yeah, I
He's
get it.
done.
I
He's
get
like,
it.
nope, don't want any
But-
part of it. I'm done.
I think you just gotta live by like the Jack Black motto. He leans so hard into every role,
But he's
people
beloved.
love him.
No
for
one's
it.
ever hated Jack Black.
No, there's
like-
nothing that he could do wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, if they made a Jabba the Hutt series starring
Well,
Jack Black as Jabba the Hutt,
Don't
even put him in costume.
I'm just
let
saying.
him lay there with his shirt off.
So MJ,
I would watch it.
I would.
you watch it?
I would. I love
would
Jack
watch it.
Black. I
would
love
watch
Jack
it.
Black. He was my favorite part of the Mario movie.
Do you,
It was.
Do you think it's
Bowser.
time to bring back Spaceballs? Do you
See,
remember
I'm
the
torn.
original Spaceballs?
Yes, I do, and
Mel Brooks.
that's why I'm torn
I-
because who's
I-
gonna do it? Disney? Are they gonna fuck it up like
No.
everything else
I think
they touch?
I think they could at least do a movie per each trilogy. So they can at least do 2 more. One for the prequel trilogy and one for the most recent trilogy.
Did you guys hear who's replacing Snow White? Janet Ortega on Wednesday.
Really?
That's not the person I heard.
That's
it
what I
was
heard.
a different.
Somebody do some Jamie?
No,
I'm looking.
Sorry.
Jamie,
Wrong podcast. Wrong podcast. I'm sorry.
no. The girl, the picture of the girl that I
Snow
saw
White
actually looks like Snow White. Like
Well,
she's.
That makes sense. But Jenna Ortega, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that this is going backwards.
Yeah. I was like, all right, we're gonna get darker. All right.
I think he's right. Jenna Ortega. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. So
What the fuck?
I love her as an actress. I love her as
Yeah.
an actress, and I'm not going to complain if she does a good job. What are we doing with the 7 normal people, though?
But that's the thing.
Are we actually going little now? Are
They
we
got to
sticking
fix
to
the
role?
dwarves. They got to
do.
fix the dwarves.
Make them little.
Yeah.
Make 'em
You
fucking
do.
tiny
You
people.
You have to do it right. It just doesn't make any. It's in the fucking title.
They did Lord of the Rings. They didn't pick fucking dwarves. They picked
No.
regular people, but dressed them as dwarves.
Sure.
Do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
No one complained about that. No one
No.
said, "Oh, they're stealing midget jobs." No one fucking did that.
Right.
Like,
and you know what? I bet you if you ask legitimately, like the midget acting community, how many roles do they get outside of like Willow? Like how many roles
Not
do they
many.
really get?
Not
So it's
many.
like, why take it
if you're
away
making a
from them?
romance movie, you're not going to put. You
Yeah,
don't
like-
want to see some little short-legged guy giving. it to
Man,
some
you were
hot
gonna
chick.
say some little.
I wasn't going to say shit. I'm just saying, when you think of a hot sex scene in the shower, it's always a big, like in that movie. What was
You
that?
don't think of dwarves.
Yes, exactly. You don't think of a guy that's fucking 4'11", you know. But like, it's like, what the hell was
And
that?
why not, Ian?
What was that?
And why not?
I don't. Ask women. Ask women. Step 1 is you got to be over 6 foot, make fucking 3 figures. You know, it's like,
yeah. That's the new. That's
exactly.
the new world order.
Meanwhile, they're
I agree.
Gorlock the Destroyer, but like they want you to be a doctor and fucking be 6'1".
I gotta tell you something. Okay, so Gorlock the Destroyer is the ugliest human being on the fucking planet.
In the running right now.
Being,
In the running without a doubt.
But also respect for leaning in so hard to how ugly you are and not giving a fuck. Or do you think the Gorlock just cries themselves to sleep every
I hope
night?
not. I hope not. But I do appreciate how like delirious that they are.
Yeah,
I'm not even
oh,
gonna
yeah.
say he or she. How delirious that Gorlock
Yes,
is.
of what it is,
Yeah.
it's definitely in the contention.
I'm a
for-
10. I will steal your man.
Yeah,
It's like
it could fight Godzilla. It could fight Godzilla.
legitimately has a chance. Godzilla would think twice.
It could.
Like if he was coming onto the beach in Tokyo and Gorlock was tanning, he'd be like, "Stop."
Now
it,
that's a
dude."
clip someone can make when like we need backup, and instead of Godzilla coming up for the Monarch trailer, it's
You had a
Gorlock.
giant metal Gorlock.
Oh
Oh,
my
my
God.
fuck! Oh my god!
Get on it. Get on it.
Is that the thumbnail for this episode? A giant metal Gorlock. Oh no!
I'm gonna have to Photoshop it. I got some work.
I mean, don't get me. I mean,
Be who you are.
people are made all kinds of ways. I
Yeah.
mean, way to lean in, like
Yeah.
way to fucking.
But that's
lean
what I'm
in.
saying. Like, as far as leaning in,
And there's a lid for
leaning
every
in
pot.
hard.
There's
Yeah.
a lid for every pot, but that's a fucking hell of a lid.
hell of a pot.
That's a hell of a lid or pot or whatever the fuck you're trying to fit.
Speaking of Godzilla, talk to us about this trailer that we've seen.
It's. I mean, I'm not gonna buy Apple TV. You're
Right.
not gonna get me to do it. I mean, you
Thank
almost
you.
got me to do it because that new Leonardo DiCaprio Scorsese movie is
Yeah.
gonna be on Apple TV, but it's also gonna be in theater. So no, you almost got me Apple TV.
It's on. It's in theaters now, actually. Just so you
Killing,
know,
Killing Under the Flower Moon is
it's
out.
in theaters now. Yes.
Expect it to probably be a short run too if they're trying to get people over
I
to
seen
Apple.
it on Fandango last
See
week.
if you can confirm that. If you can confirm that, I'm gonna see it tonight after happy hour. Anyway, fuck.
Yep, it's out. Oh, pre-sale. Pre-sale.
Okay, when's it drop?
October 19th. It drops
Alright.
in theaters.
You scared me, bro. You scared me.
Next week. Not bad.
You want to go? That's gonna be a
I'm
fucking.
down.
That's a film. Like that's a film.
I'm down. I'll go.
Alright,
Oh, yeah.
We can sit there like adults.
I'll book some tickets and share it with everybody.
A proper theatrical release.
Let's do it.
Is there a theater where we can enjoy like a glass of wine and watch this film like adults?
Actually in Boca.
Now the theater up the block, they put a whole bar in.
They did. But okay, here's the thing. I hate to talk shit about that theater because
Let's
that
do it.
theater was
Let's
my
do it.
main
We'll
theater.
put Apple TV on hold. We're doing this. All right.
That theater was my main theater for the longest time.
What's the name of the theater?
The Regal Cinemas 19.
Is that the one on Dumb 441 here?
Yeah, I loved
We're
that.
shouting you out, kinda.
Yeah, it was very
You don't
clean.
sponsor
It
us.
was amazing. And now the new management, it's a shithole. Like
Yeah.
half of the places are not clean. The bathrooms are fucking falling apart.
Is it as bad as the one in Wellington that it may be the cheapest theater around, but you know your seat's gonna be broken? It's not gonna recline.
Yeah, it's getting there. It's
Oh.
getting there, and it's a shame because it's right up the block, and it was my favorite theater. There is a theater in Boca that like full on dining, food, like
Fuck.
little tables, wine, beer, whatever, brought to your seats as you're watching a movie. It's a little bit of a trip, but fantastic dining. I'm sure I could find a closer place.
Okay.
But if you guys want to do that, if not, I could still go to this Regal Theater.
We can do Silly Regal.
I'll just piss on the floor like everybody else.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah. when you have to shit, you just use the trash can. You don't even go to the bathroom. You're like, oh, whatever. I ain't missing this movie. But yeah, we can do that because I do want to see that because Apple TV almost got me with that. That's gonna be that. Oppenheimer and Napoleon are gonna be contender for Best Picture. I'm calling it right now. But anyway, yes, Monarch. If you're a giant monster kaiju fan, Monarch: Legacy of Monsters is going to be on Apple TV. It's in the Godzilla King Kong
And it's
world.
a series, not a movie.
And it looks good. It looks like the production value is really good.
they're-
It
they're-
doesn't
It
look
does.
cheap.
It
They're
does.
they're following off of the movies that they had recently done with Godzilla,
Already
and
the
King Kong.
Godzilla, King Kong, Skull Island.
So it's all going to be nice and connected
Yeah.
in there. So if you want a little background, you got movies to start with.
And they're actually, when you think about it, over the last 5, 6, 7 years, like they have been building themselves a little film like universe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it was sleeper. It wasn't like a Marvel or a DC, but like they have 4 or 5 movies in there.
I mean,
right
that's
now.
the way it
Yeah.
originally was done. Like little hints, and then like, all right, things picked up enough that we can do something more with it. The original Hollywood Monsters, which was kind of the first connected universe, that's the way it was. It was they did a couple of movies. They were all kind of the same,
Even Netflix.
but they worked out in a way where they could kind of merge them together because it was all just random monsters, and
Yeah.
they made it into a universe almost kind of accidentally,
Yeah.
and it worked out. They tried to force it again
It just
by
sucks-
not using the good Mummy movie
Yeah.
and making a new Mummy movie.
Is it the one with Tom Cruise that no one saw?
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
they really
Didn't-
should have
didn't
just
see that one.
Okay,
they-
I see
I mean-
it, and it wasn't terrible.
Was it as good as the Brendan Fraser one that
No,
you
no,
mistakenly
because-
said
no.
was better than Indiana Jones?
I did not mistakenly say
And
that.
you're gonna die
I
on that
meant
hill.
every fucking
You're gonna
word.
die on that hill.
Brendan Fraser, the Mummy,
You and all your men are gonna die on that hill.
way better than
Wow.
any
How-
Indiana
Wow.
Jones movie
You
I
are
have
you are
ever
the last
seen
of
in
the
my
you are,
fucking life.
you are a brave man. You are the last of the samurai, but you are surrounded by the Meiji government with rifles, and you are gonna stay on that hill and say, "Brendan the Fraser."
Not only would I
than
stay on the
Harrison
hill,
Ford.
not only would I'll man the drum.
Brendan Fraser is a better than Harrison Ford.
I'll man the drum and
Playing
walk
the
down that
drums.
hill,
All
bro.
right. Do
I'm
you want
going
to give
in.
the order to fire, or should I?
one of the comments I recently seen,
Gatling gun.
Gatling gun.
I agree with. They were like they should have taken Brendan Fraser and had him after the Mummy movies investigate other strange things and then run into Dracula and Frankenstein and all of that. Like just bring him
After the
and it brings in the other characters to follow suit.
After the Mummy one, I would have been into that.
Yeah.
I would have been a part of that. After the Mummy one, I would have been like invested in that to see him like, well, it's be kind of hard to go after Frankenstein. Be kind of hard. Where are you gonna go? Germany?
Yeah.
What was he? Dr. Frankenstein.
Dr. Frankenstein was
it Victor Frankenstein? No, was it?
Victor. No, that's Victor Von Doom.
Vic- Oh, I get them all fucked up.
Yeah. I don't know. Was he a Victor?
Count Vlad Dracula, something Von Helsing, Abraham Von Helsing.
Yes.
Who the fuck was Dr.
I mean, most of that
Is anyone
stuff
a
did
Dr.
come
Fra-
out of Europe, right?
The Victor
Yeah.
does sound correct to me.
Victor Frankenstein. It might have
Okay,
been Victor
hold on a second.
Frankenstein.
I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna
Yeah.
look it up.
Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. What the fuck was his name?
Frankenstein.
'cause the
because technically it's Frankenstein's monster.
Yes, because
Yeah.
the
It's not-
doctor is Frankenstein.
I
Yes.
just remember the Gene Wilder movie where Young Frankenstein, where he goes, "It's Frankenstein."
Victor is the first
It is-
name
it
of
is
Dr.
Okay,
Frankenstein.
all right, there we go.
There
See,
we
look.
go.
Okay, we did good.
Gothic novel, modern Prometheus.
Because those are like the godfathers of monsters. You got like you have the werewolf.
Yep.
You have Dracula and you have Frankenstein. There they are. Like the Mummy and the Creature from the Black Lagoon are kind of there, but they're
Yeah.
like they're not like. Come on.
Yeah.
They're gonna lose. The Mummy's made of straps.
he's
He's not gonna beat a werewolf. Like if you have a fucking werewolf in a cage with the Mummy, unless the Mummy's gigantic, he's not gonna win.
Yeah.
That's true.
I don't know. Dracula's like always like considered like
that
the
was-
lead one.
I'm
That
getting,
was
I'm
probably-
getting work text messages is what I'm answering.
Oh, I'm just
right
not
now.
even looking
I'm
at
getting
looking at
work
mine.
Don't do
text.
it.
Oh, it's Sunday, and they're like, "Hey, you work Monday through Friday. Can you come pick us up next Sunday?" That's the audacity.
That is
of,
audacity.
of like
You're lucky we don't shout you out.
wealthy people. Like they
Well,
don't give
yeah,
a fuck about your
yeah.
time the same way that you give a fuck about your time.
Well, they believe that when they pay you a wage, that like they own you.
That's exactly how
hasn't
they
gone
feel.
away. It
That is
hasn't gone
exactly
away.
how they feel. They're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, yeah, but I'm doing so much for you."
Yeah, my directors even said shit to me like that before. Like
Yeah.
I remember when I was working like back in nursing school, I was working like 4/12s, sometimes 5/12s, and like I only had like 1 day off a week.
Yeah.
And like she would literally look at my schedule and look at me and go, "What are you doing Monday?" And I'm like, "Fucking sleeping. I don't know. Like what the fuck? I'm not gonna work 5/12s and take call on the weekend. What the fuck are you thinking?
I only recall maybe 1 or 2 times where you said you were on call and didn't have to go in. Every time
it was like
you were on call, it was within like the hour of that shift starting. And time to go to work.
Yeah, it was a blood red moon. But for the foreseeable future, I'm able to do podcasts relaxingly on a Sunday
and just chill.
and it's nice.
Yeah,
and I need to stop spending money because like now I'm finally an adult. And yeah,
But
I need to stop.
that's the whole thing. Like when it comes with,
But I'm going to Blackbird today for happy hour, so I guess I didn't learn anything.
it's
Did I?
like you,
Did I?
you get a little more, and you're like, I could spend a little more, and then it starts to even out as far as your expenditures are concerned. And then
Meanwhile, my younger brother is like giving me financial advice. He's like, "You're gonna put this much in for your 401k." And he's like, "You're getting a late start. You're almost 40." I'm like, "Fuck it." I'm like, "Thanks, dude." Like, I don't know. It's weird being an adult. Where the fuck were we? Monsters. That's right,
Monsters.
Yeah.
It
I
is
think
all-
Victor Frankenstein.
Brendan Fraser was the best place they could have jumped off the universe, and they beat him up in movies, got him hurt, and he got sidelined.
and he was going through some other shit.
Yeah.
Brendan Fraser went to the Hollywood Ringer.
They nearly killed him at one point because
Yeah.
they were doing a scene where he was hanging, and they fucked up and actually hung him.
Oh Jesus Christ!
And he woke up on the ground.
Thank God he wasn't as big as he was in The Whale, because that'd have been a decapitation.
that would have been Dunskies.
Yeah.
No, well, they are in the talk of making the new Indiana Jones, and you would be surprised to the cast.
Brendan Fraser.
Nope.
Damn it.
Who do you think they're
A-
going to
a
cast
new
as Indiana?
Jones.
Now, think Disney is the clue that I will give you.
So it's fuck.
Oh,
So it's
boy.
someone that has done well in Disney and an action hero in his own right.
It's not Timothy Chalamet.
No.
Tom
bigger.
Holland.
Bigger.
Bigger than Tom Holland.
Bigger in stature and bigger in name.
Yeah,
Can't be
but
The
Tom
Rock.
Holland's a little
Can't be The
small
Rock.
to be
He-
Indiana.
Ding, ding, ding. The Rock.
What?
He's gonna stop the ball when it rolls at him. Like what the fuck?
No, I'm sorry. I need to fact check this shit.
That
No,
can't be.
I'm
There's
not
no
waiting
fucking
till
way.
editing.
Indiana Jones is gonna be a tank. There's no fucking
telling you.
way.
No,
The Rock needs to stop. He needs to stop.
Fucking dare you?
They can't do that. They can't do that, Ed. Ed,
I'm looking.
they can't do it. By the way, Ed, I like your hat, and I was so close to.
Oh, you fucking kidding me?
Is it?
Oh,
Inside the Magic.
I'm
which
up
is
on my Rock
a
news,
legitimate
believe
website. Disney announces new Indiana Jones with Dwayne Johnson.
Holy shit!
Listen, how
he-
could you even doubt me?
Is
Like,
he
I
playing-
own more Rock clothes per capita than fucking Dick's Sporting Goods.
You are responsible for 5% of the Rock's revenue.
So the largest cruise captain, riverboat
is
captain.
now going to be the biggest treasure hunter on the planet.
Oh, now she's done talking. Thank you. God,
What's
Jesus
his
Christ.
fucking whip gonna be? A logging chain? Like
He doesn't need a whip.
he's so
Wha-bam!
big. How's he gonna fit in that little leather jacket?
Bro, who needs a leather jacket?
Can
Wha-bam!
you see him with the bag of sand? And he's like,
All he needs is the hat. All he needs is the hat.
When the boulder is rolling after him, he's just gonna turn and stop it. Like
it doesn't
Black
add
Adam style.
up properly.
it doesn't.
Well, because they're going for a more modern approach. Now, here's the thing.
Modern Indiana Jones is intelligent, grizzled, and like he needs to rely
Have you
on.
forgotten his role as a cartographer, sir?
Listen.
In the Jungle Cruise?
The Rock is not known for his intelligence. His name is The Rock. He's brute force personified. We look at him in a tight shirt and Fast and Furious
So
and go,
are you
"Oh my
saying
god,
that
that guy's
he
big."
couldn't be a cartographer
he's not a
in
dungeon-
Spain?
I look at Harrison Ford and I would be like, "Oh, I might be." Even young Harrison Ford, I'm like, I look at him and be like, "Oh man, I might be able to fucking hold my own and probably beat his ass." There's no chance with The Rock.
You
Nazi is gonna look at The Rock and be like, "Oh, I'm
Are
gonna
you
fight him."
saying that there are no athletic archaeologists?
I would go as far to say archaeologists probably are like on the lower spectrum.
On
of
the
people
least
able to
athletic.
defend themselves. Yes. Now they are like archaeologists are definitely able. Like if archaeologists fought all the lab scientists, the archaeologists would win. They're in the field. They're digging. They have a they know how to work with their hands.
I see.
Like lab guys, like they break a vial and they cut themselves. Like
I mean, I've seen a lot of archaeology work. The archaeologist stands back while the random people from the country that don't speak English
shit.
do all of the heavy lifting.
So they're like
true.
fat John Hammond
This is true.
archaeologists.
Under the guise of hiring locals. is
Yes.
how they work it.
Oh, God.
Because they are technically
As a white man, I'm
appalled. You're appalled.
I'm familiar with this
You know, you
employing the locals technique. We've been doing
He
it.
did ask me and Eddie to help him cut his lawn. The
I
other day.
never did
And you're
that.
like, he said, "Oh, hey,
I
you want to
just
come over?"
assumed
No,
you
no, no, no,
guys
no.
had
No, no.
experience
Hey,
in lawn care.
Ian's like, "Hey, you want to come over for a barbecue?" And I see all the white people eating barbecue, and he's like, "Hey, Ed, hold these clippers. Hey, no, hold this lawn." And then he proceeded to close the door behind him.
This is complete bullshit. This is a fabrication. This is a slander of my character.
And he threw me the keys at one point. He said, "Hey, can you park my car for me over there, Guadalupe?"
I never once called you Guadalupe.
Fill her up. She needs a wash.
I never once said this. Never once said this.
I'm like, "Bro, it's Nelson. We do a podcast once a week." He's like, "Yeah, sure, Guadalupe."
Guadalupe.
Sorry, sir. I have new money. I don't know who you are.
Listen, I don't have cut my lawn money. I don't have that. Okay, I cut my own lawn. God damn it! Like, thanks, guys. Hiring the locals. Gotta love it.
I cried for a week.
Well, I'm sorry. I'll pay for your movie ticket to see Killing Under the Flower
Thank
Moon.
you, man. I
All right,
appreciate it.
I'm
Because you
sorry.
still haven't paid me for cutting your lawn. You said the check's in the mail.
It was a privilege.
Oh, man.
God
So
damn
The
it.
Rock, the new Raiders of the Lost Ark, Temple of Doom, he's going to do all of that shit.
Like Disney just has to. There's got to be new ideas somewhere. There has to be. There has
That's-
to be someone with creative. Like,
That's the
there's
thing.
more than a couple actors. There's more
That's
than a
the thing.
couple.
Yeah.
And I'm just getting sick of timeline shit. Like,
Yeah.
I understand the timelines became big because of Marvel, but like I feel like every show nowadays wants to lean into multiple timelines.
Dragon Ball.
Correcting things with time.
They're kicking
Dragon
out-
Ball.
See where I
Dragon
was
Ball.
going. Please, Eddie, tell
Dragon
us
Ball-
about
yeah,
this.
Tell us about Dragon Ball Daima.
This shit-flavored sandwich.
I seen it the other day briefly, and I thought it was a joke.
Mm-hmm.
All the Dragon Ball characters, everyone that you love, and they're all children again.
Kids.
And it's not. It's legitimate. I don't understand. I don't know what they're doing. The trailer opens up with someone's making a wish, and why they're making all of the characters children again? Are they retelling the story with all the established characters, or is it going to be a new complete like it? I don't understand the need for it.
it
get it
seems
either.
like
The guy refuses to move on to a new IP or new characters within the IP.
yeah.
Just move forward with new characters. Let your guys die. Stop resurrecting them. Literally resurrecting them.
But that's the problem with the Dragon Balls is that you can make a wish of anything, right? Once you collect them.
Well,
But
technically, you're limited to how many times you can use each set to resurrect somebody.
Right.
So they circumvented that by making another set of Dragon Balls on another planet.
Right.
Or a set of Super Dragon Balls on multiple planets.
But what I'm saying is, you have the ability to wish for anything. You can creatively make anything from a writer's standpoint. You don't have to go into the timeline. You can rewrite shit. You can change histories. You can play around with different things that doesn't necessarily involve the timeline and going back and then shrinking everybody into fucking Pops characters.
Yep.
Because that's essentially what they're doing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to go cute. After Grogu,
I
that's
was
what it is.
just about to say
The
that.
Grogu effect.
Thank you, Grogu.
It's the Grogu effect.
Everybody wants an adorable thing to stick on their product.
do.
And yeah.
They really do. And it's kind of like, if it worked for them, that's cool. Find your own niche thing.
What's
to
next?
lean
They're gonna make
into.
Godzilla small. He's gonna be like an iguana.
Jesus.
Oh.
Just
Like
a big ass head and a tiny body.
It's enough that Godzilla's leaning into Hollow Earth because that is such fun.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Because you don't know what's down there.
Yeah, you don't. You don't.
No, you do. It's we're on the outside, and then
You got
there's a
dinosaurs.
miniature sun in the center.
Correct.
And for some reason, gravity is pushing everybody out, centrifugal force.
Yeah.
And that's where the big monsters are, and the lizard people. And then we're on the outside here.
Right.
What
We're
layer?
the ants.
Yeah. What layer are Hillary Clinton's people? The lizard people. What layer are they on?
The crust.
How far?
They're in the crust.
They're in the crust.
They're in
Okay.
the crust. Yeah,
That's how they have easy
are
access.
The crust.
They have
Yeah.
easy access to the children
Yeah.
they eat to stay
Yeah.
young.
And it's
Okay,
a stuffed crust,
I-
if you
I-
ask
It is,
me.
yeah.
I gotta admit,
The best crusts are.
with so much flat Earth being around the last couple of years, that nobody has resurrected the Hollow Earth yet is really astounding. Because that one I mean, people had diagrams and explanations for
Yeah.
how gravity works,
Well,
and
you
like
missed-
I
you
mean,
missed the
people went
memo.
real deep.
Thank God for the Bright Line because it's been killing people that believe in flat Earth for a couple years now. So they just walk right on the tracks. I don't get it.
Yeah,
They just-
Well, Brightline soon enough is going to go directly to Universal because some of the tax exemptions that Disney lost were given to Universal Studios. So they were given several acres that they could run
Yeah.
and connect into local trains as well as trains
Brightline,
all the way down to Brightline.
yes.
You gotta give it to DeSantis.
Orlando International Airport and
Yeah.
Convention Center directly connected to the train and to Universal. Universal is really pushing hard to
Yeah.
become like
The next Disney.
to take Disney off the map.
What I want is like what kind of Europe, like Italy, Japan. I want like what these countries set up, like their train system, like where they have those trains that go
Oh,
200 miles an hour.
Oh, like
and if you
bullet
put
trains.
it all up and down the East Coast,
Like
Oh, you mean like-
are they called bullet trains?
yeah, they are.
In
Like,
Japan, it's bullet trains. You mean proper transportation on time.
Yeah.
That would work if the lobbyists for the car companies stop fucking everybody over because they want everyone to own a car.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's true. Because I tell you what, you could if you had this train system that they have like in Italy or Japan, and you had like a train that went from like West Palm Beach, Florida, to Baltimore or something, you could get there in like 6-7 hours.
Japan's
sick.
trains
Yeah, and-
being seconds late, they will literally give you an apology note for work because they are on time so often. For you to say the train was late, your
You
work
need a
will be like,
written-
you're a fucking liar.
Yeah.
Damn.
Where's the note?
Yeah.
They literally have to give you a note because they're
Also,
on time that often.
The doors on the trains in Japan are fucking merciless.
Oh, they will just shut. Get the
Yeah.
fuck out
You
of the way.
get
They are
on,
closing. The train is leaving.
The train is leaving. That's why the one problem that'll be in America. Like you have fucking dead people just dangling out.
Hey,
the
I
fucking
say, you
door.
know what?
Like,
Listen, we need a few less people, so
I'm fine with that. Too.
we can leave them.
Bro.
a
dangle.
few,
I don't know if I ever-
less warning labels.
I don't know if I ever told you guys the fucking story of this, but when I came back from Italy, like when I landed in the United States in Miami, like we got on the whatever tram or whatever it is in Miami Airport that takes you from the place, the place where you check back in, back to like the hub, like the main hub.
Yep.
That train door, like the tram door, is merciless too. And this story was I fucking almost pissed my pants in the tram. I was laughing so fucking hard.
Damn.
This guy, so we get off the train, we get off the plane, we check back in, go through customs, and we're getting on this tram, and there's like a woman's voice. It's like Cerebro from the fucking X-Men facility, and she's like, "Tram door opening." And, like the door opens, everybody's
Right.
packing in, and like it's starting to get full. So like people are like saying, "Oh, I'll wait for the next one." Blah blah. Like this fucking guy is like on his phone. He looked like a New Jersey, like I'm gonna use the word Guido type guy, fucking hair gelled up, like Paulie
Yeah,
wanna be
yeah, yeah.
necklace, like shiny and shit. And he's on his phone. He's
Jersey
not fucking-
Shore guy.
He's with a group of people, and they're not getting on. Like they're like, "Fuck!" Like it's getting kind of full in there. Well, he's like trying to get on. Like the voice said, to be fair, the voice said out loud in her Cerebro voice, "Tram door closing," and like this dude's like trying to walk onto the fucking train. The door, I fucking will never forget this. The door fucking shut on his head, and I mean boom, and like he was like. Like, it's like his fucking head was being crushed, like in the fucking door. He drops his phone. It falls into the space between the tram and the platform. It is gone. It is his Apple whatever fuck phone just disappears into the void and is going to be destroyed in the tram tracks. And he manages to like get his hand on the door, force his fucking face out as it's compressed. The door, like it says, doors shut, and like the door shuts, and then from outside the door, everybody just hears this. What the fuck, bro? Me and this other guy, I'm fucking bawling. I'm bawling because I'm staring into this man's face as it's crushed in the tram door. I was like, am I gonna watch his fucking head explode? I was like, holy shit, I'm in the splash zone. Like, dude, it was. When we got off the train 10 minutes later, I'm still fucking laughing. I'm still like, tears are coming down my face. I'm like, I'll never unsee that.
Nah.
That's to this
fucking
day, top 10, one of the funniest fucking things I've ever seen.
Now in America,
That's great.
I had seen a video
Unbelievable. His phone's gone. His face is crushed. Oh, it's
where the
We don't need
train
people like
door
that.
was closing, and the person saw it was closing, and they did one of the stick my arm in
oh
to
god.
force it open, and then their arm was stuck.
The train took off.
So eventually he goes, train door opening, and it starts to open, but it's been sitting there for like a minute or two while this person is trying to force the doors open, and the train is trying to leave. The train door finally opens, and the dude that was standing there just kicks her in the fucking chest. Boom!
Oh yeah, I think I saw
Because
it.
they're trying to get her back. Like, just pull your arm out of the fucking thing.
Right.
And she's refusing because she wants to get on the train right now.
God damn it.
And she's just laid out, and it's just saying, doors closing. See you.
You think everybody like clapped? Like,
Oh, people
yeah.
did.
Oh god, yeah,
Oh
absolutely.
yeah, no, people did because their train is trying to leave,
Yeah.
but it's not allowing you to open, but it's not closing because you're halfway in. Unlike some of the trains in Japan where they're gonna close on you. So she can pull her arm out, but she's refusing because she has to be on that
If you're
train
that
right
type
now.
of person, fuck you. Like,
Yeah.
like it's like I saw a video the other day. It was like a woman who must have been Gorlock the Destroyer, like gigantic, was bitching at the
Gorlock 2.0.
was bitching at these Asian people in this pedicure place because she couldn't get a pedicure. They were telling her they wouldn't give her a pedicure, and she's like, "You're discriminating against me because I'm big." And the guy was like, "No, our massage chairs are only geared for 300 fucking pounds.
Right.
Like you getting on this chair is not only a danger to yourself,
It's a liability.
It's a liability, and it's
Sure.
a danger to the fucking person beneath you.
Yeah.
Like trying to do your giant hooves. Like what the fuck? Like
Yeah.
Like if this massage chair breaks, are you gonna reimburse us?
Right.
Like no, you're gonna lay there like,
And you're
like a
gonna
moose,
sue us.
and you're gonna sue us. And if the chair falls on my staff, who's probably a family member, she's going to die.
Yeah.
Because you are a human beast hybrid.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I'm sorry. Like
And you have to, as a person,
There's no accountability.
recognize those things. It's like, come on. Like, you're just being a dick. You know you can't fit in here, and now you're trying to claim discrimination, and the world has gone soft when it comes to those things.
No
So
one
it's
forced
like-
you to eat. No one did it.
Exactly. It's called
You did it.
discipline. It's called
You
discipline.
did it.
Get some. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah, you like those nuggets.
Yeah.
You like them nuggies.
They
And
are-
I don't hold it against you. We
they
all
are good.
We all like nuggies.
They are good.
We all do like nuggies. Yeah, nuggies are good.
But speaking
another good
on the
thumbnail.
opposite side of the spectrum, the movie that we were seeing where the guy got jacked,
Which one?
oh, the wrestlers.
Oh,
Oh.
shit.
The Von
Iron
Eriksons?
Claw.
Iron
The
Claw.
Iron
yes.
Claw with oh god, Baywatch. Everyone likes him. Oh god. He's, the
Oh
actor.
Jesus! I had it earlier.
We had it
Now-
earlier.
Pamela Anderson.
Not Pamela Anderson, but it was also that was the first Baywatch, the original. This guy was in the movie with The Rock,
Yes.
your boy.
It's not Jake Gyllenhaal.
Wow, I
it's not.
had
He's
it.
a heartthrob.
I had it right away
Oh.
when we were watching it earlier.
He's so cut up. Oh, such a handsome
It's
man.
called The
His haircut sucks.
Iron
The Iron Claw.
Claw.
The story of the Von Erich wrestling family.
starring
Blah, 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 blah.
Jeremy Allen White.
No,
No.
no.
I see it, so I'm going through the other guys.
I hate you.
Maxwell, Jacob Friedman,
Definitely fucking not.
Yep, him. That
Yes.
guy. That guy. That's
No.
him. That's
Harris
it.
Dickinson.
Nah.
I don't know who the fuck
That's
that
a
is.
name.
He's in there.
That's
He's
a
in there.
fucking name.
He's
That's
Dickinson
a
it
name.
up.
That's a name.
Zac Efron.
Zac
Yeah.
Efron. Zac Efron. That's it. He got yoked.
All of those
Yo.
photos you saw with the He-Man haircut
Yep.
and the very clear steroid body was for this movie here.
And he did all the steroids. He could walk onto the WWE.
Yeah,
roster.
he
He's
did
insane
a
looking.
lot of juice. There was some photos where he like, oh, he got the HGH gut,
I want to see his heart.
which that means you were
Yeah.
taking
yeah,
enormous.
he fucking.
a lot.
But you know
of
what?
The, juice.
Yeah.
The movie itself from the trailer looks fantastic.
It
Yeah.
does. It looks
You
like
know,
it's gonna
and we
be
all
sad.
grew up watching wrestling.
Yeah.
Even if we don't keep up with it now, you still kind of every now and again, if you see a wrestling match, maybe you'll watch it and shit. You know, I don't know any of the new players, but I think I stopped at the Attitude Era.
Yeah, when that ended, that was about it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
when they
Yeah.
started switching over to more of that weird shit, I was like, I'm out. But it looks good.
It does.
It looks like
It
about
does.
that era, about that
it's-
family. That's a
The,
very
the Von
interesting
Erichs aren't
family.
like they never made it like to like the super mainstream, but around like the Texas area they were like everybody knew who they were,
Yeah.
and like on the wrestling circuit back in like the 70s and shit, their name was you knew who the Von Erichs were.
synonymous with wrestling.
Yes.
Yeah, they were like
Yeah.
the Gracies of wrestling back then.
Yeah, and there's if you want to do like that's
Yeah.
actually a good that's a good analogy. If you want to do like a
you-
deep dive on it, they have what's that Dark Side of the Ring
Yes.
documentary thing? They have a whole episode on the Von Erichs. So if you ever
It's,
want to do a
it's
deep dive
wild.
into that,
It's
yeah.
wild.
Oh,
yeah.
so then we don't need this movie. We already got. No, we already
I mean,
got
you want
a
the
thing. We got a
theatrical-
thing. We
You're
got a
right,
thing.
you're right. You
So
got
I
the
mean,
story. You got the
sorry,
story.
Zach. We're done.
Yeah.
Next.
story. You got
But
the story.
do we need miniaturized Dragon Ball Z characters?
We,
no.
maybe we
No,
need
no.
maybe we need miniaturized Von Erichs. Like there you go. And now all the people that didn't get the job in the 7 Normal People movie can go over to the Von Erich story, and there they go. They can play miniature Von Erichs.
I'm good on all that.
You're good on all that?
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh.
that I mean, it looks like a seriously good movie since The other movie that I watched, it was back in the day, was called The Wrestler.
Yeah.
With Mickey Rourke.
Wow, that was a good.
That brought him back into the limelight. That movie.
That was a solid movie. Have you seen what Mickey Rourke looks like now?
He's
and
a
I'm not
vampire.
one of these Entertainment Tonight people, but
He does a lot of the plastic surgery stuff. It becomes
somebody
very
needs to tell him to
rough.
stop.
Somebody needs to tell him, Little Kim, Madonna. Like, where's the list?
No, the
on?
Yeah, I
reality
know.
is, like,
it
they're
gets
monsters.
really
when
They're
bad.
fucking
when you
monsters.
see that happen to a person, what should happen is whoever did the procedure should lose their fucking license.
Well, held accountable.
Yeah, the thing is,
Because it's not just the person that's paying for it. It's also that you see the problem and you're still willing to just take the person's money.
yeah, I have friends that like do like it's like, and you're right, Ed. You got a great point. It's at some point the doctor is profiting off people with mental illness.
Correct.
And it's like something you could see as clear as day
Body
since Michael Jackson.
dysmorphia?
Yeah. And it's like there's opposite spectrums. There's people that get fat. There's people that have eating disorders and they get skinny. And then there's people that alter their bodies.
Yeah.
And it's their image in their head. They're just not happy people.
They don't have an image of where they're trying to get to, so they keep doing multiple procedure over and over and over. And you can only do so many before the structure starts falling apart. People have where their nose collapses because they've destroyed the cartilage and the bone,
Cheekbones, your
cheekbones, your
lips,
chin.
everything.
You can't keep doing those things without just shit. You know, the structure falls,
Okay.
and then you got nothing supporting
it. started with everything. Yeah, it started with everything.
Have you seen this guy before? The alien body guy?
Yeah, I have.
He's
Yeah.
been modifying himself. Like, okay,
Now, we've always had extreme subsects. Like, people put horns in.
Yeah.
People tattoo their eyes. Like, but they're usually fringe people. They're doing it for shock value.
It's-
like that. But
now, but see, this guy.
that's mutilation.
Mutilation, yeah.
Self-mutilation, but he is
Utilizing.
trying
Yes, he's
to
mutilizing.
make himself look strange and alien. Mickey Rourke is trying to recapture his youth.
But
yeah.
both of them, to me,
And he ends up looking like an alien.
but both of them to me are the same illness, right? Like they're changing their body,
a
and
form
somebody
of body
should be able to
dysmorphia.
It's the
step
same,
in and
same,
say, "Hey,
same ring.
yeah, yeah."
But one's like Muay Thai, one's kickboxing.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
they're-
yeah.
They're
Absolutely.
similar. It's just like the guy that puts like the black. He covers his whole body in tattoos. He tattoos his fucking eyes black. He puts horns and
Yeah, I
gauges in his
guess-
ears.
I guess,
he's
yeah,
like
yeah.
he's doing it because it's a shock value thing.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't think he's looking better. He might like the way it looks, but it's not like
But even when you talk to the alien guy, he knows he understands the way he looks.
Yeah.
And it is his goal to look that way. Where Mickey Rourke is trying to look better and younger, and the goal he wishes to get to is unattainable.
well. It starts with
Yeah.
the simple shit.
So it comes down to the doctor being honest and saying, "Hey, this thing you're asking to do, we can't do."
But
They
look,
won't ever say it. They won't ever say it
there-
because of the money they're going to get
yeah,
paid.
and
for
there
the
are
fucking
people
procedure,
that have
which is sad.
successfully done things. Like when you look at Cindy Crawford,
Yeah.
she's one of the very few like celebrity / models who like even in her old age, man, she looked great for her
Salma
age.
Hayek.
Yeah.
Right? Salma Hayek. Cher even.
Demi
Yeah.
Moore.
Right? Yes. But then there are the Madonnas, the Little Kims, the Mickey Rourkes, like these people that like you're right. The doctors should be held accountable, but also like maybe people should
Even
step
Ozzy.
in.
Ozzy Osbourne's
Yeah.
looking a little spooky.
No,
and it's
you-
not even his health
You
concerns.
need you
it's-
do there.
But
there's-
he's always kind of been a spooky motherfucker.
Nah, but he's got
too.
like he's got the skin pulled over the skull. Like
you would
big
hope
thing now.
people would
He's-
step
his face lifts.
in because, like I said, it's one thing when the person understands and you can tell they understand what they're doing, and even if you don't agree with it, they're still there and they understand even though I don't agree with what they're doing. It's different when like the person is expecting a thing,
Yeah.
and you're a medical professional and you're supposed to do no harm, and you're doing harm because you know the thing they're asking you to do can't be done if by you, by anyone plausibly.
Yeah.
So it's one thing if like you got to go to this other person.
Yeah,
I can't do
and
it.
then you'll get into that weird area where they're like, "Well, this is my opinion that I would look better, blah blah." And you're right. They'll always find some fucking hack
Yeah.
that will do it. Like,
that will take the money.
I hate to say it,
And
but
the reality is, as you
there's
get-
doctors that'll take your fucking appendix out, and it doesn't need to be taken out.
Yeah.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
I mean, it's
Oh, yeah.
Because the reality is, you'll just
Yeah.
you'll just go
it's
down the
bad.
line to lesser and lesser doctors with lesser and lesser integrity. They'll be more than happy to take your money because they're a lesser doctor and
You'll
they
find
don't
them.
get as much as
Yeah.
a doctor who's more in tune with their industry
Yeah.
and is better at what they do.
It starts-
They're in more demand. They don't have to take those jobs where like this is going to be bad.
Right.
Yeah.
They don't have the luxury of, or they don't have the the ability is be like they have so many cases because their reputation's so good. They say, "Oh, I don't take this one." They're like, "Fuck it, I'll do all of them."
I guess
I'll
the
do
same,
all of them.
the same could be said about tattoo artists, right? Because
Oh.
like I go to a
It's
tattoo
similar,
artist
yeah.
where
Yeah.
she'll tell me, she'll be like, man,
We'll fucking
this
crayon
person
sketch.
this person came in today and they wanted like a tattoo of balls on their face, and she's like, I am not the one. She's like, I don't want your money. I'm not taking your money. You'll find somebody, but that person is not me. And you should probably reconsider wanting said tattoo
Right.
where you want to put it.
She's doing the Lord's work.
Yeah, but there are some people out there that are like, step right
Sure.
in. Huevos fritos.
That tattoo I posted the other day, that girl's ass cheek.
Yes.
It's
Oh.
a giant black cock just
Yes.
on her fucking ass cheek. It's huge. It goes around her body, like on her ass. I was like, God damn, like
Like, why?
you're gonna be fun at pool parties.
Yeah, or not invited
Ever,
to pool parties.
ever. Like we have kids at this pool party. You cannot.
But that's
come.
a level of like just integrity as a person. Like, no, I'm not doing it.
Or you get like hail Satan on your forehead. It's like, God damn. Yeah, your employment opportunities just dropped massively.
Why can't I get a job? I don't know.
Are you saying Satanists aren't good employees? That's not what the fuck I'm saying. I'm just saying you're not going to be at the front desk anywhere in this place. You're now a boxer.
And on that note,
Get in the back, make some boxing for the rest of your life. Hey, can I get a promotion? No, the fuck
No,
you can't.
no,
You're all right, fine. You're number one box maker now. Congratulations.
matter of fact, we were gonna make a billboard, and you're the guy that we want us to.
Yeah, you're the guy we want to make the billboard, but you're not going to be on it. You're not going to be the fuck on it.
You're the new face of Amazon.
That's right, yes.
Hail Satan.
That's right, yeah. Imagine him shaking Jeff Bezos' hand. Hail Satan right across the fucking path. Oh my God, good stuff.
No, thank you.
No, you're not. We don't. You're.
Yeah, you
You
know
don't
where to
align
find
with our
us.
direction, yeah.
You know what to do.
You know who we are.
Do the thing.
Sofa Kingdom
Yeah.
OFC, Sofa Kingdom podcast.
Like,
Damn right.
subscribe, share,
That's
all
right.
that good stuff. Put us in a virus and send us around the company. We like that.
And hail Satan.
And as always, hail Satan.
As always.
Oh, God damn it. This Amazon sponsorship is ruining us.
$70 billion to upgrade their park. Woo! That is some.
That's a lot of money, dude.